on BUNR this morning. Partnership between Go Airlines and Mercado Livre, the giant e-commerce retailer in Brazil, will generate an extra billion reais revenue to the former in the next few years. For this year, the use of 6 aircraft from Go's fleet to transport the marketplace's products might bring 100 million reais to the airline. CBF, the Brazilian Football or Soccer Confederation, crosses the barrier of 1 billion reais in revenue for the first time in history. Balance made public on April 19th, aka yesterday, shows an increase of 163% in the last decade's revenues. An increase in the number of sponsors have contributed to a profit of 69 million reais. Wow, billion here, billion there, and my pocket keeps empty. Even with the reopening, São Paulo has registered a decrease in traffic in the city, with only 73% of the fleet back to the streets. But what does that really represent? What's behind this reduction? Hinode plans to become a global brand. After growing unevenly, this Brazilian cosmetics company has hired a consulting company and redesigned its international expansion. Target is to be in 15 countries and have half of its revenue coming from sales abroad. Você já tem um editor para o canal, Brad?
Sim, mas ele está ocupado até o mês que vem.
Do you guys want to speak Portuguese? Have you ever thought of having a course of Brazilian Portuguese? Well, I have some news for you. We have created our own Brazilian Portuguese course. The name is Brasil Sem Legendas, which is Brazil Unsubtitled, like the name of the channel. Send us a direct message on Instagram. The account appears right here. Come to Brazil with knowledge of the language. This is BU News Roundup with their favorite host, Brad Zuka. Good morning, everyone. Before we go to the most important headlines of the day, make sure you smash the like button and you honor us with your subscription. After all, that's the minimum you can do to contribute to this channel. We're always bringing you great content for you to learn everything about Brazil in English, so do your part. Mercado Livre, a giant e-commerce retailer, and Go, a Brazilian airline, announced yesterday a partnership to expand the deliveries of the retailer and have their products reach regions in the country that are far from their distribution centers. Mercado Livre, which today possesses 3 aircrafts to cover those regions, will start operating with 9 airplanes, being 6 from Go Airlines. According to Fernando Yunes, this will triple their capacity for flights across Brazil. He also said that 3 airplanes will start flying as soon as June of this year, and the other 3 throughout 2023. Such partnership might generate an additional revenue of 100 million reais in 22 and 1 billion in the next 5 years. For the second headline of the day, CBF, that is, the Brazilian Football, or Soccer if you will, Confederation, crosses the barrier of 1 billion reais in revenue for the first time in its history. According to the entity's balance data, its 2021 total income was of 1.01 billion reais, which represents a 163% increase in the last decade's revenues. An increase in the number of sponsors have contributed to a profit of 69 million reais after discounting tributes and expenses. Over the same period, CBF's equity has gone from 363 million reais in 2012 to 1.62 billion in 21, an increase of 346%. Even with the good news, the entity's president, Edinaldo Rodrigues, says they're focused on cost reduction for the next period. Win the next World Cup and you see a lot of profit. Now, about São Paulo. The city has reopened, but only 73% of the traffic has returned. And is that bad news? Even though the traffic flow has increased compared to COVID months, the numbers is still lower if you compare to the pre-pandemic period. In March 2019, CET, the company in charge of traffic monitoring the city, registered an average of 103 kilometers of daily traffic in 868 kilometers of routes monitored in the capital. In the same month in 22, when schools, offices and universities are back, CET registered 76 kilometers of traffic, which means only 73.7% of the car flux has returned. Even with the end of the restrictions, the traffic specialist Sergio Eisenberg says that the traffic in São Paulo won't return to what it used to be before the pandemic. Hallelujah. What was then a trend to become a reality for the following years has been accelerated to become a reality today. Home office, internet shopping, and online teaching have come to stay, and this gives shape to a new form of economy, reducing traffic and the commuting needs. The next headline comes straight from the cosmetics business. Hinode, a Brazilian direct-to-sales cosmetics company, has plans to go global. After organizing its own mass, that is, the company had a big boom in income generation followed by a significant drop, Hinode plans strong overseas expansion to be consolidated as a global group. The company plans to triple its size by 2025, be present in 15 countries, and have half of its income generated by its business abroad. Today, besides Brazil, the company is present in Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, Mexico, Chile, oh I love Chile, and Paraguay. The international market represented 27% of its 1.4 billion reais revenue. That is 13% smaller than 2020. Back in 2017, when the company skyrocketed, the revenue was of 2.5 billion reais, an advance of more than 1,000% compared to the previous years, to the 3 previous years. It was something unprecedented for a business that had started 34 years before by the Rodrigues family in their home garage, believe me, in the north side of São Paulo. CEO Matilda Roca explains that growth came before structuring at Hinode, and now they are running after and trying to build the structure to follow its own growth. The changes started when Bain & Company Consulting established 68 strategic projects to transform the company into a global group. I hope I get a few gifts after spending so much time talking about this, guys. Thank you very much for being with us up until the end. Remember to hit the like button, to subscribe to the channel, and to share the content with your friends. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much. This is BU News Roundup with your favorite host, Brad Zuka.